Jack Harrion was elbow-deep inside the failing gravity stabilizer of the Celestial Dawn when his wrist unit screamed a triple-rate emergency call. That alone meant trouble. His supervisor's voice crackled through the static. "Jack, drop everything. The Zara Prime, Grand Palace. They're requesting a human engineer. Specifically, you." Jack snorted, wiping grease onto already ruined coveralls. Translation: they needed someone reckless enough to creatively violate half the safety protocols. "The primary generator is experiencing a cascading failure," the supervisor continued. "Thesaurine tech, elegant, impossible to troubleshoot. And it finally broke." Jack secured the stabilizer half repaired, good enough to survive, and headed for the shuttle. The Grand Palace of the Zara Prime was a monument to excess and beauty. Crystalline spires pierced a violet sky. Floating gardens drifted serenely on anti-gravity platforms. Petals shimmering in alien light. It was designed to inspire awe. Jack barely noticed. His eyes stayed glued to the diagnostic scanner in his hand. A Thesaurine attendant walked beside him. Posture rigid, voice formal, droning on about restricted areas, etiquette, and severe consequences for unauthorized access. Jack absorbed exactly none of it. His scanner told a very different story, power fluctuations rippling outward from the core. Worse than reported. Much worse. "Do you understand the restricted zones of the palace?" the attendant asked, her long ears tilting with focused scrutiny. "Absolutely. Completely," Jack replied. His scanner beeped. The critical junction was deep inside the forbidden zone. Jack followed the data, not the directions, navigating corridors that defied physics and common sense. His intuition, honed by a lifetime of fixing things that weren't supposed to be fixable, overrode every warning. The generator core was magnificent and catastrophically unstable. Jack bypassed safeties, rerouted power, and ignored half a dozen alarms, working with the intense calm of someone solving an intricate equation. What his supervisor called engineering magic was to Jack just honesty applied to systems. 3 hours later, he found it. A harmonic interference loop inside the quantum resonance chamber. The fix required access to a panel marked with symbols his translator rendered as private, authorized personnel, O&OY engineer. Logic made the decision instantly. Fixing the problem mattered more than protocol. Jack opened the door. Beyond it lay a meditation chamber. Soft curves, flowing light, a panoramic view of floating gardens drifting peacefully beyond transparent walls. And standing at the center, a Thesaurine woman, tall, elegant, possessing the otherworldly beauty of her species. Her violet eyes, deeper than any color Jack had seen on Earth, locked onto him in complete surprise. Jack's social awareness arrived 3 seconds too late. "Sorry," he mumbled, holding up his scanner. "Generator failure. Critical junction panels behind you." She spoke in Terran Standard, perfectly. "Do you know where you are?" Jack glanced around. "A very nice meditation room that I'm definitely not supposed to be in." He gestured vaguely behind her. "If I don't fix this in 20 minutes, your palace loses power. And that diplomatic summit tomorrow gets awkward." She studied him carefully. "Do you know who I am?" Jack took in the formal robes. The unmistakable authority. His brain supplied very important person. His mouth ignored his brain entirely. "I'm guessing I should recognize you," he said honestly. "But all I really know is you're the most stunning alien woman I've ever seen, and I've met a lot in my line of work." Silence fell like something ancient and heavy. Guards moved in the corridor. Woman's ears went rigid. Jack, already committed to disaster, doubled down. "Stunning," he repeated. "Beautiful. Gorgeous, actually. Objectively speaking." The impossible happened. She laughed. Not politely, not diplomatically. Genuinely. She waved the guards away. their faces frozen in horror. Jack's translator finally caught up with the word he had. Mist. Majesty. You just called the Queen of the Theseran Confederacy stunning, she said, stepping closer. In my private chamber, while covered in generator grease. I'm not great with calculations like that, Jack admitted. I'm an engineer. You have no agenda, she observed. You simply said what you thought. Her eyes softened. That is revolutionary. She stepped aside. By all means, Engineer Harrion. Fix my generator. Jack worked quickly, focused. Hands steady. Queen Serafina Vilsara of House Meridian watched him with open curiosity as he stabilized the core and silenced the alarms. Problem solved. Tell me, she asked. Do you often compliment women you don't recognize? First time, Jack said. Usually I just fix things and leave. Unfortunate for you, she replied calmly. I noticed. And now I am curious. She declared him a permanent technical consultant. That feels like a transparent excuse to keep me around. Jack said. It is completely transparent, Serafina replied. I am a queen. I do not require subtlety. He had come to fix a power failure. He had accidentally befriended alien royalty, over quiet evenings away from court eyes. Serafina revealed the loneliness of being a symbol instead of a person. Jack's unfiltered honesty was a relief, unpolished, unstrategic. Real. I want to understand why someone who fixes machines is comfortable saying things that terrify diplomats. She told him. Engineering's about seeing what's actually broken, Jack said. You can't fix anything if you're afraid of the truth. Their bond deepened. The court buzzed. Factions formed. Warnings came. You're walking into something fragile. The chief advisor cautioned. Jack shrugged. I'm just being myself. One night, after a suffocating reception, Serafina came to him exhausted, setting aside her crown. You make me feel like a person, she confessed. Not a symbol. Jack offered the only solution he knew. You've spent decades optimizing control. Maybe the better solution involves accepting some risk. In exchange for actually living. He stayed. Permanently. Weeks passed. The impossible relationship became normal. You're changing our culture just by existing, Serafina observed. In her private garden, under impossible stars. She admitted feelings she had denied for years. Jack met her honesty with his own. I want to see where this goes, she said quietly. Even if it's complicated. Then we do it honestly, Jack replied. Like engineers. She rested her forehead against his. You are either the bravest human I've ever met, she whispered, or the most foolish. Probably both, Jack said. But I'm yours. If you want me, I want you. Beneath alien constellations. They chose connection over optimization. Jack Harrion fixed a generator and found something infinitely more complex, fragile, and worthwhile. A queen who needed to be seen.